Hello, what's up people? Welcome back to the channel for another video. This is your match reaction to this afternoon's pre-season fixture in Austria at the Silberstadt Arena against BSC Young Boys, which finished 1-1 in the end. Before we do get into this though, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section on the match if you managed to watch it, or yeah, just share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you all. But look, without further ado, we're going to just get straight into this one, right? Because, yeah, got a few things to say. But look, the starting lineup was as follows. Obviously, Owen Goodman starting his first game in the goal for us, straight in the fold after joining us from Crystal Palace. He joined up with the team before we flew out to, obviously, Austria. So, yeah, he's getting to know his teammates now and settling in a little bit. But yeah, good to see him start. Sorensen, Wallace, Ledson as captain, Jack Watmore, Ben Wiles, Taylor, Harness, Ruskin, Kane, and Thien. As you can see on the screen there, I've got the graphic up, so you guys can kind of follow along. Obviously, on the bench, likes of Nichols, one of the academy goalkeepers, Hurl, Balker, Miller, Charles, Kasumu, Ladapo, Evans, Rowan, Radulovic, Aisha, Gost, and Swears, a few of the youngsters towards the end there. And yeah, but look, obviously Ledson being the captain, not for the first time pre-season, by the way, which suggests he's definitely in contention to be our new captain, which is obviously still yet to be announced, of course. And I've said it, I think Ledson is the outstanding candidate that should be our captain, new captain. There's no question in my mind. So yeah, no, seems like he is very much favoured by Lee Grant in that captaincy role. But we'll see what when it's announced officially who's going to be captain for next season. I know a worrying thing to this lineup though, guys, is the fact there's still no Joe Lowe in the starting 11. I mean, what is going on with him? We signed him, we haven't seen him yet, and now I thought we'd start to see him in Austria, but clearly doesn't seem to be ready to play yet at all, does he? Whether that is because of an injury or whether it's precautionary. Obviously, I know he was coming back from an injury, but I wasn't aware that he was still injured when we signed him. I thought he was ready to go. But it's definitely concerning, isn't it? With the season just over 2 weeks away, we want him to be ready and raring to go. And at the moment, he's just not getting any minutes to be able to build up that fitness or anything. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what's happening, but I think if we don't see him in the next friendly, which is the final friendly before they come home, is on Saturday, isn't it? Against Grufer. If we don't see him then I will start to be a bit like, what's actually going on here with this one? Because, yeah, so we need him in ASAP. But it's all up in the air a minute. People are saying on social media, was he injured when we signed him? And I thought he was just on his way back from injury, as I've already alluded to. So I don't really understand what's happened there, and I don't know what's happening. We haven't had any updates on it. So sure we'll find out soon enough, but just a bit strange, isn't it? For me, I probably would have put Miller in there over Wallace and Aisha instead of Wild. That's just the way I see it. But apart from that, a good lineup. And obviously, I would have put Lowe in there had he been available, but he isn't. So, yeah. But for me, I think we were definitely the better team, weren't we, in that opening 30 minutes against them. I think, obviously, the chance of the half fell to us. Taylor with a brilliant chance after a brilliant ball in from Ruskin. But he's denied, obviously, by a great save from their goalkeeper, in all due respect. So it wasn't a miss. It was, the keeper did make a good save. And yeah, look, otherwise, had he have not done that, we would have been ahead, of course, and we would have been deservedly ahead at that point. But no, the goalkeeper had other ideas. But then, yeah, before the break, obviously a goal for them is they started to grow into the game after that half an hour spell that we had, and they took the lead just before half time with a headed effort that Goodman couldn't do anything about. That's the way I see it. Poor defending by Wallace, however. Why he was limbering behind at the back instead of getting in front of your man and marking him, I'll never know. Easy header into the back of the net for their player to score. So Wallace, yeah, Not sure what he was playing at there. But so yeah, obviously it was we went into the break, obviously 1-0 down. And yeah, look, we had a bright opening 30 minutes. Didn't score that big chance we got with Taylor. It was a good save. And then we kind of allowed them into the game. Then allowed them to grow into the game, and they ended up scoring just before the half-time whistle. And a poor goal to concede from our point of view. That's the way I see it. Now the second half, obviously the changes that were made, it was a planned change apparently. Radinho Balca replaced Jack Watmore with, and obviously Radinho did then obviously was planned to leave the field later in the half as obviously returns from full fitness, because like you can't take risks with him. He's made of glass, we know that, guys. But obviously Lee Nichols replaces Owen Goodman, so Owen Goodman got his first 45 minutes for us. Sean Rowan replaced Murray Wallace. Again, I was probably surprised that Rowan didn't start as well, to be honest with you. But again, Lee Grant knows what he's doing. He's giving everybody minutes, and that's how it is, at the moment. That's where we're at. Obviously, when we get close to that season beginning, the Burnley game, you'll start to see a really strong side. I think that Burnley game, at home, a week on Saturday. So yeah, but at the moment, just getting play, minutes into the players' legs as much. Everybody gets a run out. Ledson also left the field with Evans replacing him in midfield. And we actually started the second half very well, didn't we? Obviously a goal, we equalised 46th minute, and guess who? Joe Taylor, of course, making amends for that chance that he missed with a really nice touch underneath the goalkeeper to get it in. And yeah, really instinctive strike, really instinctive goal, striker goal this, wasn't it? Lovely finish and a real moment of quality by our a new number 9 striker. Yes, number 9 now, the main man up there, up front, and we're absolutely excited to see him next season, this new season coming up. And I do believe what we're going to see, he's going to prove to us all that he's worth that £3 million we paid for him in January. Shortly after that, we did make another change though. Dion Charles coming on to replace Taylor, so Taylor had a rest after getting that goal. There weren't really much to talk about in that second half, so that's why I'm kind of just flipping through now. We made some more changes. Wiles, Kane, Sorensen and Ruskin came off. Ladapo, Sway, Miller and Kasumu in the 73rd minute. And then the game, like I say, nothing really happening still at this point. The game just petered out. And it finished full time. Young Boys 1, Huddersfield Town 1. And like I said, it was very boring, uneventful second half. After that Joe Taylor equaliser, we did obviously get the goal straight after the break, but apart from that, we did nothing. I think they were probably the better of the two teams on the day. Obviously, after a bright opening half an hour from ourselves, but I think that they were the better team. They looked better than us. But obviously we got the draw. Obviously, Lee Nichols was forced into a save late on, a really smart save, actually, a really good save, as he denies a one-on-one opportunity that would have meant defeat this afternoon for us. Obviously, he did change his number to 22, so he was debuting that one today. Good minutes in the legs for a lot of the players, so again, positives. But also a few niggles to keep eyes on as we obviously kind of head into the next pre-season game on the weekend. Like I say, you're always worried, don't you, that you're going to pick up those injuries already in pre-season, because we need, especially to key players, we don't want to go going into the season with injuries. But yeah, we want to be behind the injury crisis that we've seen at this club. Especially last season, it was crazy, wasn't it? I think for me, like I said, I think Taylor is looking really, really sharp in pre-season, in my opinion. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him. I said it before, he did need a full pre-season. Now he's getting that. We'll only see the best of him once the season begins, and that's how I see it. I do think, play to his strengths, feed those balls through to him, and he will score you goals. There's no question about it. He's a proven goal scorer. He looks a lot fitter now, a lot sharper, and everything. Yeah, he looks really, really good. Up there, up top, but yeah, obviously just needs some more creativity up there around him as well, though, for sure. But we've got Ruskin and Max Harness, creative wise. I do think, but we need a really good playmaker in that middle as well, to come in, and another winger at least, or two. But yeah, great shift by him. Great. I think he was probably one of the best. Obviously, clearly, one of our standout players today. I was impressed by him. So yeah, look, a good game, good competitive game between both teams, obviously, and of course, the very best of luck for the season ahead to BSC Young Boys. Obviously, are from Switzerland, so they play in the Swiss League. So yes, best of luck to them. And that's it, really, isn't it? That's it. I've kind of covered what I want to say in this video, to be honest with you today. So yeah, all square it finished in this match, our first game of 2 in Austria, and let's see how the next couple of days develops, and we'll obviously see the lads again on Saturday for the second game before they fly home. But thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, what you made of this game, who stood out for you. Let me know your thoughts and everything that happened today, and yeah, I'd love to hear from you. But until next time, guys, take care now, stay safe, and as always, up the town, Lee Grant's Barmy Army, as Town pick up a draw against BSC Young Boys. Take care.